How's it going, everyone? Today we'll be reviewing the DC Universe Classics Ultraman and Alexander Luthor 2-pack. This is my first 2-pack that I have ever gotten from DCUC. So let's just jump right into it. We're taking a look at the front first, so we see the two figures on display really well. You of course see this is a versus 2-pack battle for Earth 3. Quickly turn it around. There you see the figures. Bio, you can't really see it. Let me try to bring it up close to the camera. Get it in focus here. Oh, so if you want to read that, you can pause right here if you want to read Ultraman. And here is Alexander Luthor's. You can pause here if you wish to read that. But let's get these figures cracked open and see what they have to offer. Alright, so getting these two out of the packaging, I want to start by saying I am not going to move Ultraman because his thighs and his ankles are loose, even though I just took him out of the box. I guess that's from the heat or something. The plastic really has gotten softened up, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But Alexander Luthor, he doesn't really have that many issues. There is a gap on his thighs right here, if you could see it. There's a gap right there. I don't know if it's supposed to be, no, it's not supposed to be that way, but it is what it is. But Alexander Luthor came out fine. He's not loose or anything. But Ultraman's got some bad legs and ankles, so I'm not going to touch him because I don't want him to fall over like I've had in the past with other figures. But anyway, to this 2-pack. The sculpting on both figures, the paint job on both is great. It is a reused body that, if you've collected this line, you've seen many times. All the male figures used the same body buck. It's just usually you get something like this where it's a different sculpted piece, a sculpted head. Something would change between each individual figure. If you want to talk more in depth on that, you can go check out my Mattel DC versus McFarlane DC video. I will leave that link for it down in the description. But let's bring in some other figures. This was one that I recently opened up not too long ago. Bring them in here. This is Booster Gold. Probably one of my favorite figures that I have gotten from the Mattel DC line. He just looks very cool. But as you see what I mean, like every individual figure always has something sculpted different. Let me move him back just a little and bring in Superman. So as you can see, Superman is sculpted different as well. Him and Ultraman are very similar to each other with the capes and stuff, but they both are still unique in their own way. Now, I do like this 2-pack, even though Ultraman does have the loose joint issues here. Still a great figure. Not bad. I mean, I'm going to fix it up after the video's over, but anyway, blah, blah, blah. But these two are great. The sculpt, the paint, it still holds up. Their articulation, yes, is outdated by today's standards. If we compare it to today's standards, it's definitely outdated. You know, these days we have pinless joints, double joint elbows, double joint knees. The articulation at the thighs is a lot better, blah, blah, blah. But it's still great to own these because when you own them, you come to appreciate what you have before you. Like with these two, I've never had an Ultraman figure before. I never had Alexander Luthor. I didn't know nothing about these two other than when I read the bio, and then I looked up and I thought, okay, let me look about these characters. And there's a lot of history with both of them, especially when they made their debut. I read those comics, and I will say, you do that. Sometimes you get a figure that you may not know about, and sometimes it will get you interested in the source material, whatever the character is from, and it makes you very curious to read about them, like I did with these two. But again, they're just great figures to own. Now, I again got this for 40 bucks. Now, as I said before, if you're patient and you look hard enough through eBay, you will find the figures you want for a good deal. Most of these figures, like these two I got right here, again, for 20 bucks. So that's not bad at all. And you can't beat those deals. Yes, the figures back in the day were $10 to $15, but again, being discontinued, and of course with the economy, prices for stuff go up all the time. Even for retail figures, now in 5 years they'll go up to $30, I bet, and by then everybody's going to be picking and choosing what they want and limiting their collection even more. That's why companies wish that they could go back to regular prices of 20 bucks, but hey, it is what it is these days. But still, great figures. I mean, these two, I will try my best to move them out closer. Let me do that. I mean, you got really good paint and sculpt work right here. Alexander Luthor, very good. I mean, you got the belt here, the chest piece, the head sculpt is very nice. Here's the legs. The boots are sculpted and painted really well. There's some decals on each side. Line work right here is very nice. Ultraman, I will try my hardest to grab. Oh, I mean, that looks great. Now, there is another Ultraman that came with the Crime Syndicate 5-pack, and that one has the pupils painted. This one is just full red eyes. And this is supposed to be Ultraman's original first appearance look, which looks pretty plain. I mean, pretty basic, you know. So, there you can see the line work, the boots. No V-shaped like Superman's, but just a really cool figure overall. I mean, it's not bad, and he's sort of starting to want to fall over again. But I do like these two. I do. Now, as you saw the thumbnail and the title, is this 2-pack worth it? Yes, it's worth it. Now, hopefully when you pick them up, you may not have loose joint problems like I do with my Ultraman copy, but I think it's worth it to get two unique characters that has not appeared yet in the McFarlane line, at least not this version of Ultraman, and no Alexander Luthor showed up. Pick them up while you can. Like I said, just be patient, keep looking, and keep looking through eBay or Mercari or Mercury, however you want to pronounce it, and you'll find the figures you want for good deals. Like I said, I've been finding multiple of them now for the past few months for $20, $25, and in bots figures $30 to $35. And you can't beat that. So, are they worth it? Yes. Should you pick them up? Absolutely. But the real question is, what do you think? What's your opinion? Let me know down in the comments section below. Be sure to like, share, and also subscribe. All that good stuff. And as always, take care.
Plastic Man, the one, the original Elastic Man, always in great shape for the shape he's in, the fantastic